Okay, here we go. Buckle up and check your rearview mirror. It's time for another episode of the HUNKS podcast.
I got a welt on the lip of my asshole. Oh, Ant-Man. I'm an Ant-Man. What are you someone's aunt?
What's happening in the rearview mirror?
So, they give you another podcast riding up on your bumper. Upset with how slow.
Yeah. You
Upset with
cut
how
another.
slow this one is starting.
we cut another podcast off. 2 exits back.
My name is Tim.
I'm Dana.
I'm Matt.
I'm Rory.
Together we make up the sketch comedy group HUNKS, and this is our podcast brought to you in part by Safe at Home Manitoba and the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Today on the podcast, this is of course episode number 5 of season number 2. We are so titillated to introduce to you our guest for this week. I'm so excited. This gentleman was born in Montreal, Quebec, and split his childhood between Montreal and Kingston. He's one half of the touring sketch comedy group. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an outstanding stand-up comedian, improviser, and of course, actor who can be seen in CBC programs such as Tall Boys, saw him on there today, Baron Asphalt Sketch Show, Cavendish, not CBC, but still a good show, What We Do in the Shadows, and most notably as male nurse number 1 on Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. How you doing, Chris Sandiford?
Yeah, wow, you flatter me with that intro. I do have a quick anecdote about credits. I don't care about credits really, but I remember, we all do sketch and we tour with sketch.
Sure.
I remember one time in San Francisco, it's only the California sketch guys that really were they were all talking about their little credits, and at one point they're like, Chris, what have you, it came up to me, and I think I was like, I was in the Tom Clancy thing, did one episode of the John Krasinski Tom Clancy thing, and people were like, whoa, holy shit. They're like, no. It's one line I say, male nurse number 1, and they're like, no, holy fuck, whoa. They're like, okay.
Everybody turns their chairs towards you.
Yeah, everyone says, shut up. Everyone shut the hell up. And everyone shut the fuck up.
Everyone get out!
Credit. I was like, I don't know. I guess it's just, again, that's just because that's a Montreal sensibility, because that season 1 shot in Montreal where,
Oh, nice.
The pool of actors, especially English sounding acters, is quite small. So when people in Toronto
sound English.
Yeah.
Yes, I sound English, but there's a distinction. I don't understand it, and I'm technically not. I technically am not even speaking it.
You're pulling it off.
You actually sound like a British guy trying to do a Canadian accent. That's what you sound like.
And you know what? That is allowed because British. We can go that way. It can't be done the other way. Backwards. Unless you're Elizabeth Moss, Sometimes she does it. She pulls it off. But yeah, these American kids, they were just like any credit. They were like, they're fucking horny for it.
Yeah, they got all juiced up.
Yeah, juiced up.
I like that though. I like that. For you, you're like, whatever. Like it's not a big deal, and all these credit chasers are like,
credit chasers, exactly. God, and again, joking, is nurse number 1, maybe just bottom of the barrel actor role, which they don't have a distinction. I don't know how the SAG-AFTRA classifications of a silent on camera actor. You know how it goes for us,
right?
To them, it was just like, holy shit! I may as well have won the SAG award.
They were just like, yum yum yum, give us more.
Exactly.
Can I lick you?
What was John Krasinski like? What was he like? Tell me. What did he smell
Pam
like?
show up?
Yeah, was Pam there?
Are they married in real life?
How's Cece?
Yeah, they were all there. The whole office was there. Kevin, I caught up with Kevin at Craft Services. He ruled.
They were all doing interviews in that office, just looking at the
heads.
camera.
If you watch really closely, Jack Ryan, his CIA office, they're all there. They're all peppered in. Yeah.
You can see the film crew and everything.
Yeah, but only if you really want to see it. If you're looking for it, you'll find it.
So was Male Nurse #1, was that pretty early in your acting career? Like, I know we're pretty cavalier with it now, but were you excited at the time when you were like,
Oh, yeah.
Male Nurse #1?
Yeah, well, it was my first, like, I just moved to Toronto, and it was my first, like, tape that I had sent back to Montreal.
Yeah.
And so I'd never previously, I you know, this is pre-COVID.
What tape did you
too.
send? Did you?
Would you no, I sent them.
Boarding tape.
Oh, no, look, it was, damn it. I'm not quick enough with artist names.
Jackass.
Damn it. I was trying to pull the guy that does Phil Collins. Phil Collins. A little mixtape, In the Air Tonight. And In the Air Tonight, 3 times I put it on the tape. Just so they know how much I love it. Just so they know it's so important to me, that track.
This sounds like a Male Nurse put this track together.
But it was like, you know, it was like a fun tape because it was like this nurse has too much to do to like deal with this,
Nice.
you know, these guys that are coming in. Really, the role was perfect because it was like this over it kind of nurse who doesn't realize that he's interacting with terrorists who will bomb the hospital. Spoiler alert, although season 1 came out 2 years ago, you savages. So yeah, easy tape, a fun little tape.
Yeah. I guess you've been doing that probably a lot recently, right? Like
Tapes are a way of life now. Yeah, that's all it is. Which, you know, I prefer to be in the room. I mean, I feel like we all prefer to be in the room. But if there's, you know, I don't mind a tape. I truly don't mind a tape because, you know, it's also another way too because I used to work in casting in Montreal as well. I was an assistant to a casting director, and she really demystified the process for me. And one of my jobs at the place was to watch self tapes as they came in, and you got to know who was making the good ones, who was making the bad ones, and
Very helpful.
and things that we think
kidding.
are big deals. Like, you know, people are like, blank wall, don't you have a fucking thing on that wall because that's all they're gonna see, and it's like, nah, that's not true. They want to hire somebody that's going to do the work, and they don't give a fig. Sorry to swear. They don't give a fig about, you know, if I did it at this wall. So long as you got something to offer and they can show the tape and it's not embarrassing to them and their brand.
Yeah, they're not 9-year-olds jacked on sugar.
Exactly. I don't know.
They're professional casting directors.
Exactly. But this is it. So it was like really early on.
Are we casting the picture behind him?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Kool-Aid stain around their mouth.
That hydrangea back there needs watering. I can't get over it. Get it some light. I can see there's a bit of a light. There's a bit of a shadow. Just move it out of the shadow. And who was that person? That was Halle Berry. Fuck her. Get her out of here. She's a friend. She's a friend.
I would never speak ill of my friend Halle Berry.
She's a friend. But at that point, that was still pretty early on for me.
Yeah.
I mean, still recently. It's all very early on still, I consider it.
But recently you've entered the wild world of podcasting. What's that been like?
Well, you guys should be able to answer that better than me. I prefer to be a guest, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. I love the podcast that we do.
Sure.
This is Rat's Nest. And Dan Caron's episode just dropped recently.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I love doing it. It's just I've been quite lazy. I've been quite lazy over the pandemic, so it's like having a weekly thing to do is making me crazy sometimes. But then as soon as I sit down and plug in, it's like, this is so great. I wish we could see each other. Yeah. And truthfully, I prefer to be a guest because it really is a one and done, in and out. Look how bright I shine. And it's like, no, 99% of the time I'm just high playing Mario Deluxe, you know?
Yeah.
Not shining at all.
I gotta come back next week. No.
I'd be happy to. Don't have me, but please.
So I was saying to these guys before we started recording, Chris, that I was thinking about like the time that we've known each other, and I think aside from these three and my partner Lindsay, I have spent time with you in more cities than any other person alive.
Dan and I think about that all the time. And we, honestly, I haven't told Dan yet, but next time we do a Sketchfest with you, we're going to do a part. I wanted to pitch this to Dan. I wanted to do like a all new lawyer sketch stuff, but start it the same way as the one that you guys have seen like 9 times.
Yeah.
Just so that you think, okay, okay, they're doing this again, but then it's different, and we got you. We got you. See, we couldn't, COVID now, so we can't do it. But see, that's fun though, right?
Yeah,
Super fun.
I would love
See
that.
how we got you in the thing, my fantasy? See?
we walked right into that one.
But it's fun, man. God, I could cry about how much,
know.
we've missed. It's like, I think back to, holy shit, I mean, Seattle. Were we all in Seattle together? That's
We were all
right.
in Seattle.
think so,
we were
yeah.
all in San Francisco.
San Francisco, obviously. And
Chicago?
we've never done Chicago.
Come to Chicago.
We've never done Chicago.
Yeah. You got to
It's-
try the pizza.
We got the pizza. Everyone's telling me I gotta try this deep dish. I gotta go down to the L train. That's all I know. Willis Tower. That's it. That's all.
The Bears. Watch out for the Bears.
Oh, the Bears
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Bears, the Bulls.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a three-peat. Well, first it was the championship, and then the repeat, then the three-peat, then
And
the
then the
repeat. Yeah.
Yep.
And
no.
also we can't forget about that crazy good museum.
Oh, yeah.
The Modern Art Museum.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great.
is that? Oh yeah, that's right. Famously, yeah, Chicago's wild. And did you know? I only recently discovered Toronto. Ranked the top 5 population centers. Toronto is 4th, and Chicago is really close behind at 5th.
Oh, Toronto's bigger than Chicago.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that because Chicago has a famously huge, wide and skyline. That's like way more impressive than that of Toronto. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. We got. All right. Yeah, obviously.
Both cities are hanging out on Great Lakes, too, aren't they?
Some truly great lakes.
Truly Great
Yeah,
Lakes.
Great Lakes. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Michigan, right? That's the one, Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
And I think
that
that's the
makes
only
sense.
one that's entirely in the States, too.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's more now that I think about it. Is Erie partially in Canada? I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't
Superior
remember.
for
Junior
sure.
high.
I know. I saw Superior for the first time this fall.
And-
Quite nice. Quite
Yeah?
nice. It's hard to get a scale for how big those fucking lakes are. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Fucking lakes.
Fucking Great
Yeah,
Lakes.
I don't give a fig how big they. Actually, I do. They're really impressive. Inland seas. You're absolutely right. Well, you know what Gordon Lightfoot said about Lake Superior.
Of course.
Yeah, and let's leave it at that.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
What did he say? What did he say?
I had to think about the lyric. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead.
Wow, dark.
Is he talking
Yeah.
about people throwing dead bodies into the lake?
I guess, and then they never give, and then the lake never gives it up.
And just
so
swallows it up.
if you have a body to get rid of, Superior never gives it up.
Here's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Darkfoot.
Yeah. Go Let's keep it Lightfoot tonight, all right?
Yeah. Come on, Gordon. Let's keep it light.
Darkfoot. Lord in heaven, I'm stealing that.
No, you could just have it. Please don't hurt me for that one. It's
Please
free.
don't credit us.
Yeah. Leave us out of that.
Yeah, that's not stealing. That's stealing. Yeah, that's stealing. What a haunting song, and I know it's supposed to be haunting, but it's like the part where he talks about the Great Lakes, where I forget where that ship, the Edmund Fitzgerald, was to have sunk. But that whole verse about the lakes, it's like he just added that just to pad out the song. It's like, okay, so I guess it's sunk in a Great Lake. Let's riff on those for like a verse.
Yeah, his editor was like, "We need another verse, Gordon."
Yeah. Or I actually really do like that song. It's like, again, quite haunting. Put it on like a foggy night. Very spooky in a romantic kind of, sea captain sort of way, lighthouse sort of way.
Oh, that's what my girlfriend loves when we're getting romantic.
Exactly.
Sea captain.
Exactly.
Eye patch.
Foghorn, baby. It's a very
Wear one of those
foghorny
Captain
song.
Crunch hats.
Oh my lord, you're cutting right to the heart of some of my favorite things. What a wild verse, though.
Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings.
Sings in
the rooms of her
their
ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like the young man's dreams. And
the
that's a cum
islands
joke.
and bays are for
For sportsmen.
You guys remind me of Kristen Wiig and Fred Armisen when
Yeah.
they make up a song at the same time.
Oh my God, what a good comparison. That duo.
Yeah.
We lost them too early to COVID. We did. We really did lose them too early. No one
We
can
lost
deny
them
it.
to separate shows.
Separate.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're around. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. But we
They look
lost them.
great.
We lost them.
In a musty old hall in Detroit.
In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in a Maritime Sailors Cathedral.
The church bell chimed till it rang
29 times. For each
For
man
each man
on
on
the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
It's like haunting and sad. And like, I love his account of what happened on the boat. There's no way we can know. Everyone died. But there's a scene, in, like it's a movie. There's a great scene in the movie where Gordon Lightfoot paints a really great picture about how, like, at supper time came, the old cook came on deck and said, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. You don't know that happened. The old cook came on deck. Yeah. And that was something to sing about.
He was
And then
up,
the ship's
up
clown came in and he did a number.
Like, anyone could have just, with artistic license, could have just said anything happened. Captain's practicing, what is that? Autoerotic asphyxiation. Everyone said, hey, that's okay. Or something. I don't know. I usually don't joke that way. I'm clean.
And the close-up magician.
I'm playing devil's sticks
shuffling.
on board. And blackjack and dealing and something. I don't know. I'm not a songwriter.
And the skateboarder flipped on the half pipe.
Yes, there was a half pipe on board. But
Also,
you didn't
there was
think there was
a guy named
skateboarding back
Carl.
then.
That was the invention of skateboarding.
Oh my lord. It's good to laugh again, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't done that in months.
Oy vey. You gotta get a Nintendo.
For a quick little shout out to one of our listeners who sent us a message recently, Chris, I just have one quick question for you. Have you seen the movie Tremors?
I have seen the movie Tremors. Yeah.
Nice.
I forget who made it though, but that's Kevin Bacon and
Kevin Bacon's in it. Yeah, I don't know who made
And
it.
Reba McEntire?
Reba McEntire. Yeah, and it's like a good historically. Like I know, like I've seen it and many times.
Historical account.
Yeah.
It's a great historical account of living dinosaurs that crawl under the ground of this one place. I forget the name of the city, but it's like
Right, it's worms, isn't it?
It's like prehistoric worms still live under the ground of this town.
That like can hear when you're walking around on the ground. Very dune.
And they see
very
by
dune.
hearing.
Yeah.
Perfection,
And they
Nevada.
hear by tasting.
Perfection. They hear by tasting and they see by hearing.
And
when they
smell.
poo, they pee. When they poo, they pee. Yeah.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Don't we? It's like it's a cloaca. Sorry, they got clinical.
They just call it shunting. But so
Take a shunt.
what's the deal with
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But like I've never seen any movies with Kevin Bacon, I don't think. I really think that I've only seen him
truly?
on. Yeah, like I'm trying to think. Okay, Footloose, still haven't seen that.
No.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Tremors, haven't seen
Tremors. He's in a
Wild
lot.
Things.
Yeah, he's in a
No,
lot
nope,
of
haven't
stuff.
seen that. You know what I did see him on was Will and Grace. he
Okay.
he
Will
guest
and
starred in
Grace?
an episode of Will and Grace, and because Jack, funny Jack, he used to
Funny
stalk he used to stalk Kevin Bacon, and then Kevin Bacon got sad that he stopped stalking him, and so he went and started stalking Jack or something like that. Anyways, but like I've never understood the allure of Kevin Bacon because to me he's just kind of always looked like a weird old man skeleton, even when he was young. You know,
But he's like a good-looking man. He's like,
is he?
he's kind.
Have you looked at him?
Yes, he's like a good. He's got that like sharp, unforgettable visage. Like total
Unforgettable,
star.
certainly unforgettable. Like
Which,
but
like a Benedict
so
Cumberbatch, who I don't think is really hot.
Yes, also
He's more
he's a very Benedict Cumberbatchy kind of guy where I'm just like, really, this guy? Okay. Like I like Benedict Cumberbatch as a person. He are good friends. Good friends. But
I mean, okay. So I'm going to say a movie that you've definitely seen.
Okay.
Apollo 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You've definitely seen that.
Actually, I just watched that for the first time like last year.
And you know what? I could watch that movie 3 times a year, and I do, regular as clockwork on the 13th, the third of the year, whatever that is. And
third of the year. I'll see you on the third of the year.
Yeah, because I love that movie, and so there you go. I just called you a liar and proved myself right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot that he was obviously very forgettable in that one. What I remember mostly is them just doing long division, figuring it out.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, I guess
around.
I realize the older I get, like, I like boring stuff. Like, I don't like Star Trek. I hate now. New Star Trek sucks because it's too actiony. It's too sexy and too actiony. Where Star Trek is better when it's more boring and it asks a philosophical question. It holds a mirror up to society and says, "Oh, what if being androgynous was the norm and being binary was the weird thing?" And that's a real episode of Star Trek, you know. Where it's like, oh shit, okay. And they were really ahead of their time, and that was
what year was that?
That was like 1993 latest. That was Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Riker they go to a race of Starfleets. They go around and they go to the planets that are their protectorates and they see what's going on, and they're just like, hey, a prime minister of a planet, hey, we need some help because a moon is going to crash into our planet or whatever. And it's like, yeah, Starfleet, we're going to help out. But while the Enterprise is there, Commander Riker falls in love with one of the scientists on this planet, and they are neither
gender
or neither they are a they. And this is like early 90s, but that one character is coming out as female. She's trying to come out as female and express herself as female, but the planet hates that and won't allow for it. And needless to say, Riker and that person hook up. And he advocates for her rights to be a this is a Federation citizen. They should be able to express themselves however, but their race of people is one gender, unigender, whatever. And that's so early. That shit,
totally.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is.
Definitely, obviously, there have always been, non-binary people and trans people all throughout history, certainly. But
they
who talking about it?
Talked about, yeah, exactly.
Sure, in mainstream like that, mainstream. I mean, and you put it on now, and kids are like, well, where's Chris Pine? Where's no, Spock doesn't look like that. Spock has a beard and he's got an attitude.
He fucks and then rides a motorcycle.
Yes,
sideburns.
Yeah. And he has a talking raccoon next to him.
Why aren't there any dirt bikes on this spaceship?
Yeah.
So all that to say, that's a great question. First of all, I can't answer you. All that to say, like when they did long division, when they were doing math in space, even in the movie First Man, there's that great scene where they have to prove the concept of being able to capture an object that is also in orbit in space. They have to prove that concept before they can go to the moon.
Right.
So the part of the mission, Project Mercury or whatever, or Gemini rather, Neil Armstrong and the guy go up and they have to capture another module that's also been launched, distinct from them. And they lose it in space, and there's like scenes of them like scribbling math down in space.
I love the concept.
I love that shit.
I love the concept of like, quick, do math! And everyone quickly trying to do math.
It's like your high school teachers like funded these movies where it's like make it seem like it's so exciting and important.
Yeah, exciting, but make it math. And they do it now.
There might be a time where reciting Shakespeare saves your life in space.
And you know what? It truly does in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. The late, great Christopher Plummer plays one of the best Klingons ever written. And he's like for some reason, he's like this alien general, but he also has a love affair. He like loves Earth poetry for some reason.
Oh, weird.
And he's reciting Shakespeare throughout the entire movie and like taunting Kirk. And they all taunt Kirk.
They all do.
That guy lived a troubled life.
But Chris Plummer, and then he just passed away. So I put that movie in because it's the only movie I have with him. And I think he's great. Like I've always thought that he was truly one of the greatest.
I didn't know Christopher Plummer had passed away. I would have appreciated a spoiler alert.
Well, he doesn't die in the movie. That's a spoiler alert. That is a spoiler alert.
Don't
And
spoil
it's not
the
true.
news.
And it's not true. He does die.
Okay, that'll
See?
be cathartic to watch. So you got some big news that just came down the pipeline. Are you able to talk about that big show you got yourself cast on, the
you know
Melissa
what?
McCarthy Netflix?
Okay.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, that's been published.
It's been published. I didn't know that they were going to do like a thing
Publication?
like that.
Right.
I guess, they always do, now that I think about it. Whenever,
Yeah,
I mean, that's how
sure.
I get my news, Deadline or Variety or whatever.
Yeah.
AV's Club.
ET Canada is where I go.
ET's Canada with that Mulrooney. But no, they did, and then that was really nice. Of like literally a day before, or not even like honestly, like 16 hours before, I got a message from my rep saying, "Hey, they're gonna like, what credit do you want next to your name that people should know you from?"
Nice.
And
That
I was like,
sketch.
and I was like, okay, so one time in Seattle, and no, a bunch of times, HUNKS saw us do the lawyer show. Can you just write what I just said in parentheses? So every time they say my Chris Sandiford, from all the times that they did the lawyer show for the ladies and gentlemen, HUNKS saw them, and they did it, and they changed little jokes here and there to make them laugh more than the rest of the audience.
And then explain what hunks is.
So that's exactly what happened, and it was very flattering. But yes, in a nutshell, look, let me just say, we're all in this together. A rising tide lifts all ships.
Absolutely.
And I'm thrilled whenever I hear stories about people getting, I'm shitting on New Star Trek, and New Star Trek is shot here, and as much as I'm such a big Trekkie that
it's a little personal.
I would love to be on New Star Trek, even though I hate the show.
Yeah.
The writing is just so terrible. And we have friends here in Toronto who had really nice roles on that, where I'm like, God, get me on that show. But I have nothing but love and
Of course.
just awe and wonderful respect, and it's just so nice. What a mitzvah, Again, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, literally, I just got done shooting something else in Montreal. I feel like a real working man.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to send a tape in because it was late. Like, my flight was delayed from Montreal, and a tape was due that day for this thing. And I ended up going in to do another tape because it was due later. And I was about to leave the self-tape studio when my agent said, "Hey, are you going to tape for this Melissa McCarthy thing?" And I thought to myself, well, it's late, so they don't want to see it. And she said, "Just do it. You're there." So I did. It wasn't even going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't even going to happen. I was exhausted. So I did
Nice.
it, and I really threw it away. And maybe, who knows? I don't know if that was it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was fun and wild and kind of wacky. And obviously, it was one of these Hail Mary
great.
ones that we get
great.
every so often.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I got a text truly 2 days later where it was like, "Hey, there's some interest here. Do you want to get on a Zoom call with Melissa's husband and Mike McDonald of Mad TV, who's directing and producing."
Okay.
And it was crazy. I sat right here and got on a Zoom with those guys, and two of them were in Australia, and one was in LA, and it was crazy. And I even said to them, if this is as far as it goes, it was nice to meet all of you. Mike McDonald's a hero. You remember him.
Yeah. Was he doing his little child character?
Stuart? Was he doing Stuart?
Stuart?
So I was like, I that's all I wanted to talk about. I was like, just come on, give me
Great character.
give me one Stuart.
Yeah.
No,
Mad TV legend.
truly, what an honor. Him and like Deborah Wilson were truly,
Wow.
Him, Will Sasso. Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just now I'm just naming people that I remember.
Sure.
But and then they sent me 2 more scenes to do, and then I did them, and I thought I lost it actually because I didn't hear from them for like another 5 or so days. When that first tape, I heard 48 hours later, "Hey, they want to talk to you."
Yeah.
And then so like literally 5 or so days, I thought I was sitting right here. Getting stoned, thinking about buying a Nintendo to like lick my wounds from losing the part, and then I heard about it. So yeah, I leave next week. Oh fuck! You know what? I shouldn't have said. Actually, I didn't say. Okay, look. It's a secret where it shoots.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll just say that I won't go into. But I leave to go there now next week. And I'll be
Okay, but
there
how
through-
long is the flight?
And where is it?
Well, if you know your Apollo 13 trivia, wheels up at 0700. I go to Bethpage to inspect the lunar module, and that's what we got to do. We got to make sure that we get in there. We get in the LEM. We make sure it powers up, powers down. We got to make sure everyone can get in there. Bring more fuel if we need to. Touchdown on the moon.
Any listeners who are doing long division know exactly where you're shooting.
Yeah, and Bethpage for trivia. That's where the lunar module was assembled. So
now I'm not going to press where it's shot, but
Yeah.
I'm interested to know, why is the shooting location such a secret?
I don't know. I literally, truly. So when they put out the deadline, when they were about to release the deadline article, so I got the message saying, "Hey, it's about. So heads up, this is what's going to happen, and also don't tell them it's shooting here." And I was like, I told so many people it's shooting here. And now this is the first time. Now I only caught myself because it's like, oh fuck, this is.
We're the only ones who don't know.
But this forum is meant
We have
for.
seen your lawyer show 9 times. 9.
Oh, I thought it was more. Hey, I thought it was more. At the 10th time, it starts to double down. The richness comes back tenfold.
You booked an appointment to get the tattoo removed. It says where you're going.
Yeah, I mean that's why I actually got to get out of here. Hard out. But I don't know why it's a secret. Maybe I don't know. But also I'm not. I saw that part in the email and thought, well, I'm nobody. No one's gonna. It's not like I'm gonna be on Jimmy Fallon and saying it's gonna. Hey, but now you guys I can't this podcast is to be broadcast.
Yeah.
I should probably respect their wishes.
This podcast is like the Winnipeg's version of the Tonight Show. It's 3 Jimmys and a Dana.
3 Jimmys and a Dana.
Yeah.
All the late night show hosts are half of them. It's like a quota where half of them need to be named Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah. Isn't that so funny? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Who's your favorite Jimmy? 3, 2, 1. Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel.
Yeah. Did we all say Kimmel?
Yeah, I think it was Kimmel.
I said Steven.
Well, that's not how you play the game. Yeah, Kimmel. Come on, right?
Is there only 2? Does James Corden count as a Jimmy?
He's a Jimmy.
He's a Jimmy. He's
holy shit!
On paper,
okay.
he's a Jimmy.
He's a Jimmy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fig. I'm not consistent.
Jimmy Corden.
That's right, Jimmy Corden. But no, it's Kimmel right now, the late night late night king. And you know who's coming up right now for me? Seth Meyers is like he started way low for me, and now he's one of the best. I love that closer look segment. I actually learned the news from there.
Yeah.
And I've never missed a one. I've not missed a one since
No way.
since before the Trump presidency.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was like because it's truly funny news.
Yes.
They really and there was a time there where it became more news than funny, but I still tuned in to kind of learn because it was a quick digestion of the news. But then I don't know what happened. They got new blood, or they had a team meeting and said, "Hey, we got to make the show funnier again." And not to besmirch. I mean, it was always funny, but the ratio was off.
It got his edge back.
He got the edge back, exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Myers, Kimmel, and then whoever else is still doing it. I don't know.
Conan not even in consideration.
Conan used to be. Oh, are you kidding me? Conan was for me the big when he was on NBC. That was the big. He was very important in shaping my love of late night. Actually, that's one of my dream jobs. If I retire as a late night host, that would be incredible. Come out with the suit and.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
You'd be so great at it.
Oh my god! Tell them. But oh my god!
You just got to change your name to Jimmy, and away you go.
Yes. But
What was that? And so Mike Bullard isn't on that list either.
Mike Bullard is, Mike Bullard is, and I have no comment about Mike Bullard.
Do you ever see him around Toronto?
No.
Is he hitting the mics at all?
Who did I see? Is he hitting the mics? I saw Sean Majumder at a few mics,
Oh, cool.
which is fun to be like, hey, I
Right
wrote
on.
for your show for 2 weeks and everyone hated me there, and I was never credited for being there, and that's fine.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just
It was
kept
not-
submitting math sketches.
Yeah.
We'll insert that credit at the beginning of this episode.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
22 minutes is Chris Sandiford. I didn't have a good time there. That was I wasn't good for that job though. I like sketch. Sketch for me needs to be with my friend Dan. And
Yeah.
Right.
The sketches I wrote for them, which were bad, first of all, weren't for them. It didn't make sense for them, and yeah. So we understood each other, and then
Yeah.
so I took my $5,000 and I left. I was like, "Thanks for nothing." All right. It's a little light, but okay.
You stand there, you count it before you leave.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Where's my per diem and my travel? Oh, wait, okay. You already because today doesn't count. Okay.
Well, you know what they say: a rising tide rises all boats.
Rises all boats except the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is forever on the
Fitzgerald,
edge of whatever lake it sunk in.
Superior.
So many half pipes.
So much information. Just got one full pipe in there. That's how you make it. That's how you make it water fast.
Keep going around and around.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
Build a submarine. That's how you don't. You can't. How do you sink a submarine?
Yeah. You skateboard all over that thing.
Think. Yeah. You can do loop the loops on the inside. Yeah.
We're solving all the world's problems today.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's roll into our first of 2 segments on this show.
Okay, very good.
It's a fun little game that we've invented called One Lie and Two Truths.
Wait, is it one lie and two truths?
Yeah,
Like
two truths
truths and a
two
lie,
truths
yes.
and a lie. Is how some people would refer to it.
Sorry,
as.
yeah, sorry. Just because you flipped the order, maybe go, wait, I got to come up with 3 more lies?
For copyright purposes, I'm just
Right.
Yeah. Matt, how does this game work?
This 2 truths and a lie. We love to play this game. It's where one of us says 3 statements, 2 of which are true, 1 of which is a lie. And it's everybody else's job to figure out which is the lie. So Chris Sandiford is going to help us out with that. Take it away, Chris.
So are these statements I'm listening to and I'm judging, or am I coming up with the statements?
Oh, you would be presenting them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
And then we'll guess what the lie is,
Okay.
and then you roll them out.
Okay, let me just come up with a lie here. And I'll say
We'll
it
talk
first.
amongst ourselves if you like.
So I'll just let you know. I'm going to say the lie first and then the true truths.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so the first one's the lie. Great. Yeah.
Okay.
I love these mind games.
I know I was supposed to come up with these before, but these are hard to come up with because you gotta.
Yeah.
My strategy is to come up with. Well, maybe why don't I just play first?
Sure.
Why don't I just play through? Okay.
There's
here we
been so many strategies to this game that are like, ooh, devious, scumbaggery. Just
Yeah.
like just some truly repugnant guests that are
Right.
treating us with no respect whatsoever.
Repugnant guests.
Yes.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Mark Little just gave us 3 truths.
Yeah. Terrible.
Because then it's on you guys as a deliberative body to decide. Well, hang
Yeah.
on a minute.
He
You guys
made
should have
us-
said.
He made us look like complete assholes.
Idiots.
But like, how did you guys vote? Did any one of you vote like more like? Yeah. Did you? And you can get a sense that they were all.
No, we assume that everyone follows rules.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. I see. I promise you that I will play by the rules.
You showed us that you crossed your fingers. You showed us that.
Oh no, that was my video froze, so I was just trying to do something to see if it, if it was live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That tracks.
Okay.
That makes
So I'll
sense.
say that again. I promise that I will, to the best of my ability and my office, protect, preserve, and defend the truth of this game.
Okay, I feel like we got pranked. So maybe before you jump into your truths, let's do a quick deep breath in, everyone, all together. Hold it. And exhale.
This is
Take
why
it
you guys
away.
do it remotely. Okay. Yeah. COVID.
Yeah.
One of us might have it,
Yeah.
And after that, if we were all in the same room, we'd all have it for sure. Okay, so here we go. Story number one. Embarrassingly, I wet the bed as an adult. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just any bed, it was the bed of a lover of somebody that I was seeing at the time as we slept. Mm-hmm. And that was very embarrassing. That's story number one. Story number one. Story number two. Story number two is I was very nearly put on a no-fly list because a joke tweet that I made about Chris Hadfield, astronaut Chris Hadfield, because I personally don't like him. I think that he's kind of a loser. And I made some crack about, him, it was not very it wasn't tasteful, but I made some crack about him dying in space. And because he is an astronaut with NASA, that gives him like a diplomat status or something. Oh, wow. And so he threatened me with that kind of an action. Whoa. And it was very scary for a while. Yeah. And that is story number two.
Oh, wow.
And story number three is I once drove from Montreal. I recently drove from Montreal to Toronto, driving a friend's car. And I am not licensed to drive, but I used to. But I used to have a license. And I thought I can do this. This is fine. And that is story number three.
Ooh, those are good. Those are good.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say the first one is a lie because Chris told us it would be.
He did tell us. He did say it.
That's a classic strategy. That's not a deplorable move. It's an honest way of playing the game. You got to kind of deke them out, play the angles. So I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the third one as the lie.
Well, hang on. You're not going to ask questions about any of the stories and get me to elucidate on the details? That's how I've played it. I'm prepared to defend each and every one of those lies.
Interesting.
See, I always try and ask questions, and I catch shit every week, Chris.
Yeah.
We
stopped paying him.
Yeah.
Well, this is an extra special episode of our podcast.
Okay, well, let's spice it up a little bit. How about everyone gets one question?
Ask questions?
Okay.
Well, I like him not prepared.
Okay.
Dana, what do you got for him?
Okay.
The one person to say, I gotta come up with something here. All right, Dana, spill it.
Where are you filming that movie? Serious.
I'm sorry, what?
Just kidding. The Nellis McCarthy thing.
I literally. So right now I'm just in my head being like, do not give away with your face. So when you said that, I was totally like, what are you talking about anyway?
No. Okay. So the how much pee in the first one? Like, was it like a thimble or was it like a bucket?
So it was a full piss.
Bladder?
Yeah. A full bladder load?
Full piss. And let me even say it was like the night let me defend myself. The night before we had been partying.
Yeah.
And we got I got folklorically drunk. I was like, me, I'm a nice guy, but I was spicy, and I remember mouthing off at the night before to strangers, and I even went to we went to McDonald's, and I one of the hamburgers that I got wrapped up. I tried to eat it in its wrapping, or at least I took the first bite. That's how. I thought it'd be funny. Nice. And then that night, in a dream I had, I was peeing at a urinal, and it felt so good.
Oh yeah.
See, that seems real,
Yeah.
Rory, you got a question?
Yeah. How long have you been without a license before pulling this crazy cross-country stunt?
So this would have been 2018.
Yeah.
And I had a G2. So if you're familiar with the graduate licensing here in Ontario, is you start with a learner's permit, which is just a G1.
Yeah.
And then you go to a G2, which is almost full.
Yeah.
But I only stopped there, and that's when I went to university in Montreal, and I thought, look, I live in Montreal now. It's another province. I'm not going to need this. It expired in 2007. But while I was there, I lived with family and drove around a lot, and even drove from on the highway from Kingston to from Montreal to Kingston, where I lived at the time.
God, man, this is...
Now, when you found out about this no-fly list, how did you find out?
Okay, so I was direct messaged by, so it became like a little bit of a thread, which obviously has been since deleted. But he actually, without responding to the tweet, he direct messaged and threatened me with that action. Now, I'm not sure. I'm sure it didn't go that far because I've since been on planes and it's been fine. But there was a while there where like my family and everyone was scared that I wouldn't be able to fly or even cross the border.
Oh my God.
So it was really dicey. And it was like, what a boneheaded move just because I don't like this one Canadian hero astronaut. But like, he's not a hero, he's a dork. And look, I'm a dork too. But it's like, stop it with your singing with your guitar.
Yeah.
Like he had some bullshit thing on TV where he's like, I know how to isolate, so you guys should be able to. It's like, fuck you.
You're
You're better than me, so you're better than me. You
Yeah.
know how to isolate because you've been to space. All right. I didn't choose your life. You know what I mean? I didn't choose this. You know, he trains to isolate. Anyway, I truly don't like him. I find he's a bit of a dork.
Probably not hard for him to isolate either because nobody wants to hang out with him.
And you should talk to Mark. Actually, Mark has met him for real in like nice ways. Like he's met him in person, and also has a problem with him. And when I discovered that, I was like, "Holy shit, really?" So yeah.
You know, I've heard rumblings.
He's like a David Brent, essentially. He'd like hang out. The way Mark tells it is he'd hang out he'd hold court. He'd have these parties and he'd have a guitar and he'd just be
gross.
silence and just him going twiddling and being like, "What's your favorite thing about yourself?" You know, just really fun, light, empowering little things that he does, but it's so dorky.
I guess that's...
It's nice. Like, it's technically nice.
I guess it's technically nice.
But on
Like,
paper,
alright.
that's nice.
That's
but,
nice.
Yeah,
But it's like,
But in person, you're like, gross.
yes.
Yeah.
And also, but that last part is hearsay. Is hearsay.
totally.
That's not me. That's not part of my story.
Of course.
But I also just don't like him, so.
That feeds into your whole...
Yeah, it validates your
opinion.
opinion.
Yeah, it validates my, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I also just don't like the fact that he would threaten someone for making a joke, threaten someone with expulsion of the country or whatever it is, not being able to fly.
Yeah.
I would agree, but it's like he cited some weird thing about like when people do that with like presidents, and it's like, yeah, it's actionable. Like if I was a president of the United States, that is actionable to the Secret Service. They have to like look into it and divert taxpayer dollars to be like, oh, is this guy like for real?
Well, even that is just such a doofus sort of move. It's like, I got the same powers as the president, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but again, he's like
here.
he's got like diplomatic immunities or whatever. It's
I get
Did
that.
he tell you that?
He didn't say as much. He did not say as much, but he really came down with the weight of his office. Yeah, as ex-commander of the space station.
Oh man, I want that one to be true.
Yeah, I think that the
do you?
P-load is.
Do you want? Yeah. Sorry.
I think the P-load is false.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Montreal driving is false. I think the driving trip is false.
I think the driving trip it tracks to me because 2018. That's in around the time that maybe you moved to Toronto from Montreal, so it might have been part of that.
I like it.
I think the P-load. Look, how many times have we played Two Truths and a Lie, where the comedian comes on, tells us they peed or pooed, and it's always true.
Mark Little comes in here, tells us 3 stories about him shitting the bed, and they're all true.
True. So, I mean, I want it to be true, but I'm going to go with the Chris Hadfield is the lie.
So what do we have? We have one for each now.
One for each.
One
yeah.
for each. I'm going to throw in that the P is the lie, and it was somebody else that peed on you.
Oh no, I think that he actually pooed in the bed.
Yeah, you had a dream where you were pooing into a urinal, and it felt great.
It felt so.
There was a little full pant load.
Okay, so I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. So I'm going to eliminate Dana and Tim. The pee story is true.
True.
It's true.
The pee
Okay,
story is
okay.
true. I peed the bed of a lover, and we kept dating, and it actually made our relationship better.
That's
Aw.
hilarious.
Because I ruled out. I don't like baths because I find them kind of gross. I don't like sitting and stewing. But she had this lovely clawfoot tub, and she wanted us to take sexy baths together, and I refused. But then when that happened, all she could say was, "Well, now you got to take a bath with me."
Yeah.
Me with my pissed up body. Like, all right. And we dated for a while, and then she moved to Vancouver, and I actually had a nice chat with her over, FaceTime.
Yeah.
Tonight. Yeah. So that's true.
I thought you were going to say what brought you closer was you woke up earlier than her and then put on like a detective hat and said, "We have a mystery to solve."
You know what? You're close. She woke up earlier than me. And when I woke
She
up,
put on the hat.
Literally she's on the phone. I think she was on a call in the kitchen or something. And literally all she hears is me go, "Beatrice?" Is it Beatrice? And she comes in and it's me, like, comfort her away. Big pool.
Oh, no.
Watery, I assume vodka-y piss.
Oh, no.
Very embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is 2016, so recently.
Yeah.
Like, too recent. Very
It
embarrassing.
happens.
Those dreams are so tricky. I've had
pee in
that
dreams-
dream as an adult.
I pee in dreams all the time, and it's fine.
Oh yeah?
It's fine. Like I oh my god, not typically, but like every so often I'll go to the bathroom and it's nothing in the dream.
Yeah.
It's just a scene in a show where there's always a scene in a TV show where the boys are at the urinal. They're making their deals.
Star Trek, they're doing math
Yeah.
at the urinal.
Some lawyer show, they're always at the urinal. They're like, "Hey, you gotta give me time. Hey, you gotta give me a deal. You gotta cut me a deal. 10 to life. That's crazy."
Nobody knows.
And
Nobody
they're
knows.
shaking their dicks. I was like, "All right, well, you've been a public defender for a long time there." Yeah, there's always a scene. That's what it's like for me. Or literally, it's not the dream isn't about me going to the bathroom, but like I'll be in the bathroom peeing in the dream, and I wake up and it's fine, but not that time. Not that time. Okay. So I will also say that I guess by announcing the first runner-up, I've also announced the winner. So I'll just come out and say that the license story is true.
It's true.
Oh, the Chris Hadfield one is
shit.
a lie.
Yeah.
You love
Chris
Chris
Hadfield
Hadfield?
one. I hate him. That's all true. Everything I
you were
said
just-
about hating him is true. And I don't even remember the tweet at this point, but someone cautioned me not to do it because of the shit that I just, said to you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know Pat Dussault, but he's a Montreal comedy guy, writer, a sketch guy. He actually did an off-color joke about Barron Trump, which did land him on a no-fly list for a while. And he had to hire lawyers and extricate himself from like a tangled web of Secret Service inquiries, where it was like, you can't the tweet, which at the time I remember seeing, was picked up by James Woods, who was like, "Canadian comedians fucking suck. We gotta stop this guy. Get him." It's like you're wishing violence on him now.
Yeah.
So that happened to him, and then it kind of inspired me to be like, okay, maybe that happened to me, which it didn't.
Now, did he find out via DM on Twitter?
No, he found out via all these other famous Republicans retweeting and then
Making it big and then
making a big stink about it, and then being contacted, I think, literally by a lawyer or some kind of legal thing. And he was like, a bit canceled for a way that I don't mind, a bit
totally.
you had to lay low for a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had long talks about it. It was pretty crazy. This is like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
careful what you tweet.
Careful what you tweet, yeah. But for
Unless
real,
you're
I
the
don't.
President.
Unless we'll take a break. We'll be right back. I really do hate. I don't like that Chris Hadfield. I don't like him. He thinks he's too cool.
Yeah.
Thinks he's too cool,
Can
and
see
he
what you're seeing.
comes off as a dork every single time. And again, all that other stuff is true. Mark's stuff is true, and he's like David Brent, and I don't like him.
Excellent. So how was the drive then? Or no, the drive was real. True.
So literally. So the story is, I had just, was it that same year that I moved? That I don't know. I think it was 2018. Could have been 2017. At any rate, I'm on a softball team here in Toronto, we have a great comedy actor league.
Fun.
Yeah.
And I'm on a team of stoners, full stoners.
No way.
And it was great. The Baby Zeppelins, we were called. And so that I made good friends with one of, and I'd known her for a while, but comedian Adrienne Fish.
Oh,
who
yeah.
I'm sure doesn't mind me telling this story because she didn't mind that I drove her car when I was completely unlicensed. If you let your G2 expire without going to a full G license, which is the big boy, you can do this. We're proud of you license.
Here's a pat on the back and $100.
Refrigerator grade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you don't get to that one, you let that expire, that is expired, and you go all the way back down to having to start from a learner's permit again, and potentially having to do a lot of driver's ed again.
Yeah.
And waiting a year or whatever it is.
Brutal.
So when I learned that, it was too late. But I was like a good-ish driver, parallel parking left a little to be desired, but I'd driven on highways and stuff, so it was fine. And anyway, so that notwithstanding, don't do it. Don't drive unlicensed. That's a bad idea. I'm not saying do it, but I rationalized the hell out of it. Literally,
Yeah.
So I'd moved here. It was definitely recent, and I was back in Montreal for something, comedy, maybe even Comic-Con. The Montreal Comic Con. Typically, myself, Dan, and other guys would go and run panels and do little sideshows in there, and it was really fun. And Adrienne had agreed to drive me back to Toronto because she was doing the weekend at the Comedy Works, which, by the way, erstwhile has burned down. And
shit.
Yeah, it's really. We think. I don't think, but I was told people think it's arson. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't you love them just talking out of my ass. All these people that have stakes in the games, like Chris Hadfield listening to this. Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah. Chris Hadfield's just putting on his favorite comedy podcast to relax to. He had a
You're
hard
damn
week.
right. He brought you guys to space to listen to.
Write a song about it.
She promised to drive me home, or promised. She was like, hey, I think I just put it out there. Hey, who's driving to whatever? Who's driving to Toronto? And she's like, yeah, I'm doing the weekend. Meet me at the Works at midnight. That's when my show is over, and we'll kick it. Oh, and bonus, if you can find someone else to come who can drive, or if you can drive yourself, that'd be great, because I have the very next day, like at 5 or 6 a.m., I have to go camping up north, and I don't want to have to drive. I don't want to have to drive all night.
Yeah.
6 hours, and then have only to drive 6 more hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had somebody, I forget who it was, but then they canceled last minute. I get to the club, she's finishing up her show, and I said, yeah, my friend can't do it in the end, so I'm sorry. And she was like, do you think you want to? I was like, I mean, look, I'm capable of driving, and I was good at it, and I'm responsible, and in fact, I consider myself to be more responsible than licensed drivers that I know. Way more responsible. Anyway, that was not a responsible thing to do, but yeah, man, and this is not a lie either. Kind of 10 minutes into the drive, before we even left the island of Montreal, I hit a raccoon. It darted out.
Oh my god!
And I hit it. Yeah, and it caused a little bit of damage to the car. But then Adrienne was like, "Dude, if I was driving, we would probably be upside down right now," because she was like, she would have gone
Yeah.
So I was like, so that kind of calmed her down, and she slept the whole way.
Knowing that the raccoon was good and dead.
Someone killed that raccoon.
Knowing that I took care of the bastard. No one else was going to do it. No one else had to.
On first dates, I kill a raccoon in front of her, and that should calm her down.
But of course, it was just because of my cool under pressure or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And that was bad. That's bad. Don't do that. Because all you need is one cop to pull you over, and you're like, no, I don't have a license.
So
that's
that was also through the night that you did that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we thought that was even smarter, because who cares? It's the night.
Yeah. Cops don't go out at night.
Who cares?
That's the first failing of every Batman villain is. Who
But that's
cares?
exactly what I was going to say. But I mean, only Batman goes out at night, and he would have loved what I was doing. He would have loved it.
Everyone knows he's afraid of bats and raccoons.
He would have loved that I killed that raccoon. And we're a couple of jokers, so that goes a long way with that guy. We'll take a break. A break.
How come there was no raccoon man? Maybe a future Batman will have like a Toronto-born raccoon man.
You know, we don't talk about it enough, but like, yeah, superheroes, like real superheroes that people accept they're all dumb names. They're all dumb names. Yeah. Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man. Yeah. There's a Spider. I like Spider-Man. Like, what do you mean? Why do you Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Just Batman. Yeah, I'm afraid of bats. Whatever.
All these names are holdovers from like the 40s when you didn't have to be creative at all. Where it's like you saw two things and you're like, it's like a cup. Guy.
Cup guy.
Well, but and also like those are so not the coolest animals. Like, what about Wolfman or like Bear or Bear Man or Bear Guy or like Lion Dude or something like that?
Wolfman is a cool thing, but it's the horror genre.
Sure.
You kind of get cooler when you get into like a Doctor Strange, or maybe like an Iron Man. But even still, Iron Man. I'm an Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Ant-Man. I'm an Ant-Man. What are you? Are you someone's aunt? No, I'm Ant. I'm a little ant. It's like, oh, okay. But I could squish an ant and a spider. I don't get it.
I was going to call myself the little guy, and they said it wasn't cool enough.
Which is why, like, the X-Men are kind of cooler. Oh, Magneto. Oh, the Wolverine, literal cool thing. And, like, all the superheroes in the Incredibles universe, they're, like, kind of fun, ironic names,
Yeah.
But the real ones are kind of shit names.
Yeah.
Oh, the Vision. Look at him. He's what's he? He's a Vision? No, my wife's a Vision. She's stunning. Look. I'm talking I'm not running material, I swear to God. But I'm watching WandaVision and I'm like, that's such a dumb name. They say Vision too much in that show.
Yeah.
Stop saying his name. Call him Creation of Ultron or Jarvis or whatever. I don't care.
Is WandaVision not a Wanda Sykes show? I just assumed that's what that was. I was like, good to see Wanda back on top.
You know what? I've seen the whole series. They've given me a screener. Wanda, I don't want to confirm it, but Wanda Sykes does make an appearance. And it's revealed that this is the lie for real. Everything was true except that.
Excellent. Let's jump into our second and final segment of the podcast. Chris, you get to sit back and pretend like this is another fun writer's room. This hour is 22 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Not coastal.
So for real, I am on pins and needles every minute of the day. And I'm thinking, is this too funny for the show, or do I just keep it for me, or what?
So we're kind of closing out the podcast where one of us is going to present some ideas for some possible sketches, and then we can just riff on it and have some fun, play around with it. And then each episode ends with a fully produced sketch, audio sketch that we recorded, and our incredible audio engineer Rusty Mattias has edited and put some beautiful sounds in it. And it's fully produced sketch. So stick around to the very end of the episode to hear that and Rusty's outro, which is always fun and exciting. So this week, pitch and sketches, we have none other than Dana Smith. Take it away, Dana.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to lead us out with a song. Okay?
Oh, shit.
We're going to come out hot with a song to the tune of We Will Rock You, but it's about crafters. Yeah, that's right. We use hot glue. Okay.
So
we use hot glue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna,
Buddy, I got pipe cleaners.
Yeah. Buttons and other things.
Buttons and other things. On your face. Okay.
Hot glue.
We can write that.
Yeah. Definitely gonna be written.
Glue.
And we don't even need anyone to record instrumentals or anything.
That's
It's
true.
Just stomp,
Exactly.
stomp, clap,
Clap.
stomp,
Well,
stomp,
exactly. And I love the intensity of it because you know what?
Yeah.
Crafters are intense.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
What is the crafter equivalent of stomp, stomp, slap,
clap.
clap? Yeah. Clap.
Stomp, stomp, clap. Yeah, it's like
Crafting
paper
version
mache
of that.
is too quiet, I guess.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
snip,
yeah.
snip, ow.
Yeah, it's like scissors.
know?
Really
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah.
Yeah.
Snip, snip.
Definitely an owl because you're always burning yourself with hot
Ow.
glue.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. So what about this?
Okay.
What about this? Okay, I'm just realizing.
'Kay.
Okay, I'm just realizing that this already exists.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. Okay, well, it's
Is it
Mr.
two
Potato
awkward-
Head. What?
Two awkward cheerleaders on Saturday Night Live. Is it that one?
Is it about lawyers?
No, it's not a sketch. It's just a thing that already exists. I said Mr. Potato Head, but with meat, and I realized that's just a head. That's just a face.
This is a regular. That's just
That's just a normal
dude.
human face.
But with meat. Okay, all right.
Okay, so we'll skip that one.
Were you
No, but
thinking
it could be like a kielbasa. It could be like a hunk of meat, you know?
I
And you
guess
guys are
so.
hunks, so.
like little pepperonis for eyes?
Sure.
Yeah.
But
The
now
little
I can't
See,
stop thinking about a human
It's
face.
the same eyes, it's the same accessories, but just in like a log of meat.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah, right. I forgot how Mr. Potato Head worked. I thought it was all different potatoes for some reason.
Or you got like a chicken, with the cavity scooped out, and that's where you put all the pieces when you're not using them. You stuff it. You know? Because the little butt opened up at the potato. I got one for Christmas. I got one for Christmas for some reason. So I look at it now and it's just like, okay, this is a dumb toy. What a wild toy. I love that he made it into Toy Story though. Classic.
Too.
Yeah.
I bought stock in Playmobil, after that movie came out, and then I realized that's not the company that makes it. So
I went bankrupt. I did.
I
went
was
right,
probably
yeah.
about 9 when it came out,
Yeah.
so you can be forgiven.
yeah,
Yeah, 9-year-old stock trader.
yeah. And I said to all of them, I'm a baby, and they're like, okay, kid, give me your money. Okay.
Get this kid a portfolio.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
Again,
So-
so far, so great.
Speaking of superhero stuff,
Yeah.
so what's it called? The Infinity Glove?
Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Where you snap your fingers and half the population gets an itchy butthole. Instead of just disappearing, gets an itchy butthole.
So half the world is just squirming on their chairs,
like, oh, no.
rubbing up against a door frame.
Yeah, it might have the same effect. Everyone might kill themselves. Who knows? Who knows?
It's so much that the dryness just reaches all across the body. They dust away anyway. That's how bad it is. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, if I got an itchy butthole when you snap your fingers, does it undo it?
I feel like there's no way of undoing it.
Ooh.
Like it's actually worse. It's forever,
I was
and
gonna
it's
say,
just forever.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
it's not
That's-
even like a shower would correct it, or
Yeah.
you know.
See, that's way more sadistic than
Yeah,
Thanos. Thanos
exactly.
Truly.
was like purely logical, where he's just like, it's better if there's half as many people. We're overpopulated. This is like, I want to torture half of all
Half the
living
population.
beings.
I want them to go. That's the guy with a chronically itchy butthole, and he's like,
yeah.
I want you to know, I don't want to be the weird one here.
Yeah.
That's less like Thanos from Infinity War and more like Thanos from Endgame, who was more selfish and more petty. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
I-
like that. That's
I-
I don't
No,
like that
it's the
one.
worst. It's like the worst.
That could have like a long-term effect on population control, where you probably just don't want to get. You probably don't want to procreate. If you
Yeah,
had,
true.
That's true.
itchy
You do
prostate.
not feel sexy with an itchy butt.
You don't feel sexy, but also you
Yeah.
don't want to risk your child having to put up with put up.
right. You don't want to bring them into this world.
Yeah, I don't want to bring a child into this world where it's 50-50,
50-50.
they have an itchy butthole forever.
It's 50-50. You'll have an itchy butthole. I'm not going to bring a kid into this world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this seems more of like less of a Marvel situation and more of like a Children of Men situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. This is true. I had my first hemorrhoid during the summer of quarantine.
Welcome.
Shit.
And
You
I
really
really did
long,
have a
hey?
summer.
say that again.
You
I
went this
don't know.
long?
No. Oh my goodness. I haven't had it. I went this long without. You mean?
Without, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
Wow.
know what they. I mean, I knew what they were, but physically, I was like, I've never encountered one.
Yeah.
And I
For
brought it on.
for the listener, can you paint a picture of exactly what that might look like?
I wish I would. I'm about to.
Oh, now he's
Literally,
showing us.
I got a really crazy welt on
Yeah.
the lip of my asshole that I would say was about the size of like a good sized clove of garlic, and
Yeah.
it was very painful. It was like itchy and like
Oh.
swollen.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like for like 5 days, and I got like an ointment, and I
Okay.
was very embarrassed. But let me just say, all summer flanking it, I was at the beach. I was making out. I was like sexy and like I had a lover. And then those like that week, I was like, I don't want anyone to see me. Like, I knew they could tell.
Yeah.
I knew they could tell that I had a thing. And like it's like it was bad. Like I knew, so I aggravated it. Boy, I'm saying a lot about this. I brought it on by like I was using a washcloth this particular shower, and I like really, it was quite soapy, quite stinging with soap, and I aggravated the area. I think I was a little too vigorous, and like right away it like ballooned up. And
Oh no.
and I Googled, and everyone agreed on Google. Haha, that's what they said. They all agreed I should be made fun of.
Chris Hadfield started tweeting you.
Yeah. Look at this guy's got a fucking hemorrhoid. He's like, he's not as cool as fucking me. I go to space.
What do you love about yourself? Your hemorrhoid?
Well, too bad. Everyone hates it. It was bad. Like you don't feel sexy. You don't feel like you want to be seen. And it was like my only reprieve was sleeping.
Right.
And the few moments of coming out of a sleep where I was like, sleeping, normal. Oh, it's some dream I had. The reality of a dream. Wait, it's fading. Now the dark clouds of the reality of this hemorrhoid are upon me.
The shadow of the hemorrhoid is encroaching over the room.
And you know what? I told exactly 2 people about it before now. And
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Thanks for opening up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I had to, because that really made me think about how terrible I felt.
Yeah,
man.
Have you ever? I wonder what a bidet would do for that. I feel like it would hurt it even more, right?
I think, though, it's easier to keep it clean with a bidet, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you still got to go to the bathroom around it. And it was like, after you do that, you still got to like clean the area.
Right.
So I spent a lot more time cleaning the area. And
Looking for your own tremor worms.
Yeah.
Let's call this podcast "Cleaning the Area." Chris Sandiford.
Today we're going to clean the area with a new product. We're going to use, this is a Javel wipe. It's a Javel wipe.
And that
Not
makes
to
me
be
think
used.
of, did you ever watch the Sunday Night Sex Show?
Yeah, with Sue, what's her name, right?
Sue
Johansson.
Johansson.
Yeah,
Because she would talk about stuff like that in such a direct and honest and clinical, but not like oh, this is a cool grandma who fucks kind of cool way, you know, like in a way where you want to listen.
Sort of though, yeah.
I think we're kind of missing that, or maybe they should just revive it and put it on YouTube or something.
Is she still
like that.
around? Yeah. What's she up to? Is she still?
Oh,
doing
spoiler alert! She's passed away.
Did she pass away for real?
No, I'm just speculating.
You speculate. I bet you she's still kicking. Oh well, man, maybe COVID. Who knows? We lost a lot of people to COVID.
Oh my God, she was born 1930.
She's still alive. She's 90.
According to this, she's still going. She's 90.
Wow.
Born Susan Powell.
So
Still
there you go.
showing kids on TV dildos.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Like, watching one episode. I remember the first time I saw her show. She said, "If there are any kids watching, if there are any boys watching," she said, "go out and buy condoms right now and go put them on and masturbate into them." Because you need to, that's how you learn. Because she was all anti abstinence and safe sex.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. I didn't go out and buy a condom and jerk off into it. Not until much later. But I remember thinking,
After dinner.
okay. But it really, that I'll never forget it. Just this old lady frankly sitting on her knee from afar. Go buy some condoms and jerk off into them.
Yeah. She was demonstrating how you can give your partner oral sex if they have a flare up with their herpes or whatever, and she just like stretched some saran wrap over something, and she's like, as long as you use strong plastic and you don't tear it, you can still provide oral pleasure to your partner.
I like how you said herpes or whatever. I think I would draw the line at like after, maybe just after herpes, maybe before herpes. I don't know. Maybe not a whatever. I got herpes or whatever. No, tell me what do you have?
That's what the doctor says. You got herpes or whatever.
You have 6 months to live or whatever.
Can I get that in writing? Yeah. Okay. What'd the doctor say? He said I had herpes, and wait for it. Or whatever. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to Pizza Hut and Dairy Queen tonight. Make you feel extra better.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for doing the podcast here.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks
This
so
was a lot
much.
of fun. This was great. Like a nice hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was about a year ago that we saw you in Toronto. I think.
Almost. Right.
In March, we were there for the
That's
Toronto Sketchfest
right.
as it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the Sketchfest would have been happening.
That was the last weekend of shows sort of thing.
Yeah, everything was kind of winding down and speculatively kind of
Yes.
like, oh, is this going to become like a...
Yeah.
It's so fucking wild. I was in LA like this time last year while like laughing at people wearing masks. Truly, I was one of those.
We were too in the January love last
Yeah.
year and laughing at people in masks in the airport.
I'm just like all right, the mask, and because at the time I remember rightly knowing, oh yeah, no, masks are for when you're sick.
Yeah.
They're not going to
Yes.
protect you from getting sick, which is
Right.
still the case.
Yeah.
But now we know so much more about the asymptomatic spread and the fact that
Yes.
Chris Sandiford caused it and all that. Oh, hang on. How do I? There we go. There we go. But it was a wild time.
It was. Certainly
A
was.
year ago. Not even quite a year,
No.
Yeah.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
yeah.
Crazy.
So what kind of projects do you got to plug? I did see you today in the second episode of Tall Boys, which is
So when
being
you said
released.
that, I had no idea that it was out right now. So
Yeah.
that's cool. I'll
Episode
check that.
2
I'll have to
just
check that out.
dropped.
So yeah, I'm in episode 2. I think I did like 3 characters this season.
Oh,
so
sweet.
it was nice of the boys to have. I wasn't part of season 1 at all. And I was mad about it. I was pretty steamed. And no, I wasn't steamed. I watched the whole season and it was nice to see other people,
Yes,
I love to see people that I know on TV. Whether or not it's me, it's a mitzvah. It's gravy.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's great. I didn't know that was out. That's great. I'm trying to think of something that's going to happen soon. I hate to say it because I'm not I'm a comedy guy. That's my bread and butter. But I just shot a nice role in a movie called Moonfall. It'll be the guy that made Independence Day, Roland Emmerich.
No way.
The reason I went to film school because I wanted to be one of these big budget, kind of dumb movie directors. He made not anymore. I don't want to be that. I want to be a sensitive artiste. And he made a new disaster movie about the moon crashing into Earth. And
wow.
I have a really nice role in it as a NASA scientist who's basically kind of peppered in throughout the first and second act.
Cool.
Kind of delivering math, doing math and figuring out
Nice.
trajectories at NASA. And Halle Berry's in there as my boss. And
Wow.
it's pretty wild. It's what a wild opportunity. So I don't know. I just read a Deadline article about them finishing it. And
You can always.
he's going to deliver it. In the article, he gave a tentative delivery date of October 22nd. And delivery, I don't know what that means.
Right.
Maybe that's just him giving it to the studio to say, okay, do what you will.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe by then we'll have a trailer. I don't know. But watch for that, I guess.
What's that
Moonfall.
called again? Moonfall.
Moonfall, yeah. And it's basically starring me. Basically, the movie is about me.
You and Halle
yeah.
Berry. Will
and
they?
Halle
Won't they?
Will they? Won't they? And you know what? Spoiler alert: we do not. We do not. And I know you guys wanted it, but next time. Next time.
Yeah. Next time.
So that's coming. Oh, and I know I'm actually. I've been on set this week and tomorrow even for the new season of What We Do in the Shadows. So,
Oh, sweet. You're coming
sweet.
back? Nice.
So
Oh, I
I'm
loved
coming
it.
back. So,
I loved your
yeah.
part last season. It was so good.
I appreciate that. I really loved it too, but only just as a fan of the show. I think they know what they're doing over there, and it's just such a fun, slick comedy time. And
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
nice to be said, come be a part of that. So
Yeah.
that's nice. So that's coming out. I don't know when that happens, but I can't wait for that.
Sweet. Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's awesome.
And then watch for God's Favorite Idiot, which is the Melissa McCarthy thing.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Who knows when that happens, though, so because we haven't even started.
Yeah, we don't even know where it's being shot.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. When you guys, when we're done, I'll tell you. I don't care that you guys know, but
Yeah, come back when it's dropping, and we'll do another.
Yeah.
We'll do an update on the hemorrhoid.
There we go. So here's a wild thing about hemorrhoids. I'm an expert of them now, and
Well read.
I read on many sites that said that once you have one, your likelihood of getting them again goes up like a bunch. So, and the one that I had is not necessarily gone. It's just completely deflated, is what they say. And that if it'll just take a little thing to aggravate it. So I'm in fear of this guy coming back. Oh, no. I'm looking behind my shoulder. I'm like, where's this guy coming?
Thanos is waiting to snap.
I honestly, after it died down, I was really I was so happy, but I was treading lightly, whatever that means. I was just I gotta watch my acid, and I don't know, but I'm in fear. So just to the listeners, just take care of your butts. Not to say, but what did I do? Oh no, I cleaned the area too vigorously. So, I aggravated it. Yeah.
Do you want to let the listener know what your Instagram handle is in case they're looking for some thirst trap photos?
My Instagram is Chris Chris OHCHRIS, and I was pretty early on with that one. I remember some people used to be like, "Wow, you got that?" And someone offered to buy it from me like a couple of years ago.
No way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How much did they offer?
Instagram. They didn't. It didn't get to that point, but I should have teased it out. But I
Never say no without a number.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I should have. Well, whatever. I sent them a dick pic instead and said, "There you go. That's
what you want?
That's yours."
Rory, where can people find more stuff about Hunks?
You can find Hunks at Hunks Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You can find all our old sketches on YouTube. Also, Hunks Comedy on Bandcamp to get the pre-order. I think you can buy a pre-order of our album on there. Tim, yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah. New album coming out, or first album, I should say, coming out. We recorded it live when there was audiences. So it's more than a year old at this point, but it is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
March 1st is the official date for
April
the pre-sale.
1st.
On iTunes. April 1st. No fooling. We're dropping a live album.
Nice.
Yeah. Dana, any final thoughts?
I just really gotta pee.
Okay, we can't hold that any longer.
Okay.
No.
I have a couple of tips for cleaning the area afterwards, which you want to do.
Stick around if you want. We'll do a spin-off on how to clean the area.
But that's 18 plus, so that's on the Patreon.
Yeah, that's behind a paywall for sure. All right, well, thanks again, Chris. One more round of applause for Chris Sandiford.
Yay for me.
Yay.
And not Chris Hadfield.
So, Deb, Jack, am I sending you home in a brand new Toyota today or what?
Well,
Hugh will take it.
Hey, that's great. Now, let me tell you about some of the add-ons we can offer you. All right, so for 20 cents, we can put seat belts in the car.
Ooh, that sounds sexy. We'll take it.
now, Deb, we promised we wouldn't get suckered into buying all the extra crap no car actually needs.
Well, let's just hear him out.
Great. So, let's see what else we got. Yeah, for $100, I can have a teenager fart in your car. And that would be today.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, hang on, Jack. This could be really good for the resale value.
But we have teenagers at home that can fart in the car, Deb.
Our kids' farts suck. Wake up, Jack.
Whatever.
Hugh will take it.
Awesome. His name is Tyson, and he eats like shit. Mostly Doritos and Monster Energy drinks, so that fart should be pretty rank, and it should be in there for quite some time.
You know, I gotta apologize, hun. That actually sounds really nice.
No, let's see what else I can do for you. Oh, okay, yeah, this is a pretty popular one. Now, for $5, which I think I can probably get up to 100, I can send you home with some oily rags.
We don't need that.
Oh, honey, maybe we could use those rags to get high.
We're not 40 anymore, Deb.
No problem. Okay, so there's one other add-on to offer, and it's kind of our big ticket item. So for $5,000, which I think I can get down to 10 or 12 bucks. What we can do is we take your Toyota, we open the sunroof, and we fill your car with snakes.
I'm sorry, did you say milk shapes?
No, that's a common misunderstanding. I said snakes. Yeah, I can have your car filled to the brim with mostly live, very angry snakes.
I don't know.
Look, I know what you're thinking, okay? You've seen snakes on a plane, sure. But that's a movie, okay? This is snakes in a car. It's not a movie. It's real life snakes in your brand new car.
Look, there's got to be some kind of catch. It sounds very cool.
That's because it is. Wake up, Jack. And you don't have to worry about them slipping around in the winter either. These are all season snakes.
But how can we be sure these snakes are going to be angry? My friend Danksaw said he got the snakes option and they took forever to be covered in shit and piss.
Okay, sure. So for an extra $50, you can throw my mongoose in your trunk. Now that'll help guarantee those snakes are scared and covered in their own shit and piss.
Yeah, there it is. Deb, I'm pretty sure I can just install a bunch of snakes in the car myself. I just need the snakes.
Where are you going to get snakes?
My friend Ted probably has some.
You just think that because Ted has a huge penis.
True.
Let's do it.
Fine, we'll take Tyson's farts and the hot angry snakes.
Hey, that's great. You're going to have a hell of a time with these ornery crap-covered snakes, or my name isn't Hugh, the car salesman. It's Swedish. Hugh's the car salesman. Come on down and buy a car from me. They're mostly new, and I even drive a few myself, so I can guarantee they're cars.
HUNKS is a sketch comedy group from Winnipeg. Got it? They are Rory Fallis, Tim Gray, Matt Nightingale, and Dana Smith. Episodes are produced and recorded each week from their homes in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Additional production and sound design and editing by me, Rusty Mattias, at my home. Thanks again to this week's special guest, Chris Sandiford. I really enjoyed listening to his opinions on Chris Hadfield, who is my best friend. Just kidding, I don't know him at all, but I got a picture taken with him once, and I love space. And I bet you he knows where you're filming this new thing you're filming. Anyway, listen and subscribe to the HUNKS podcast wherever you're listening right now. Have a great week, and tune in next week for another guest that'll blow your freaking mind. Goodbye!